Pay attention to this woman. She gave him 5 years of her life, 5 years of care, loyalty, sacrifice. She cooked his meals, managed his medication, sat by his bed when everyone else disappeared. But the moment he was gone, everything changed. Because his children were watching, and what they saw on camera made their blood run cold. A single clip, a few silent seconds, and suddenly the woman they once called family became their enemy. No warnings, no mercy, no way out. What was caught on that footage sparked a plan so calculated, so ruthless, it would destroy her life piece by piece. Tonight, you'll see what she did, what they discovered, and how one act behind closed doors turned care into betrayal and love into revenge. Stay with me, because this story doesn't end the way you think. At 3:42 a.m. on Tuesday, October 17, 2017, a motion-activated camera in the hallway of a 2-story home on Cedar Brook Lane captured a woman standing over a body. She did not scream. She did not run. She reached down, adjusted something near the man's neck, and stepped out of frame. The timestamp flickered once, then went dark. Police were called at 6:11 a.m. by a neighbor who noticed the front door standing open. Inside, they found 71-year-old Harold Whitman on the living room floor. He was pronounced dead at 6:29 a.m. The first explanation seemed obvious. Whitman had a history of heart disease. There were no signs of forced entry. The woman who had cared for him for 5 years said she found him that way. The camera footage complicated everything. The house sat in a quiet suburb outside Dayton, Ohio. The morning was cold. The leaves were already turning. Officers noted the position of the body, the scattered medical supplies, the faint smell of bleach. They also noted the small black lens in the corner of the hallway ceiling. It was one of 3 cameras installed by Whitman's adult children the year before. They did not live in the house. They watched remotely. They had already seen the footage. Harold Whitman was a retired machinist. He had worked 38 years at the same plant, saved carefully, and paid off the house on Cedar Brook Lane 10 years before his death. He was widowed. His wife Eleanor had died after a long illness in 2011. After her death, Whitman's health declined. He suffered 2 minor strokes and developed mobility issues that made living alone difficult. In 2012, his children, Mark and Lillian Whitman, hired a live-in caregiver. Her name was Dana Reeves. She was 46 years old, recently divorced, and had experience caring for elderly patients. The arrangement was straightforward. She would live in the spare bedroom. She would manage medications, meals, and appointments. In return, she received a monthly salary and room and board. For years, the arrangement appeared stable. Reeves drove Whitman to physical therapy. She accompanied him to church. She handled grocery shopping and paid household bills from an account Whitman controlled. Neighbors saw her regularly. She was polite. She waved. The children visited once a month. They lived 2 hours away. They noticed changes gradually. Their father seemed quieter. He deferred to Reeves when asked questions. He stopped handling his own mail. In late 2015, Mark noticed new financial statements addressed to Reeves's name delivered to the house. When confronted, Reeves said Whitman had asked her to help manage paperwork. Whitman confirmed it. He seemed tired during the conversation. He ended it quickly. In March 2016, Whitman signed a durable power of attorney naming Reeves as his agent for health care and finances. The document was notarized. The children objected. Whitman insisted it was his decision. He said Reeves was the one there every day. He said he trusted her. The cameras were installed in July 2016. The children said it was for safety. Reeves protested at first, then agreed after the cameras were limited to common areas. The hallway camera faced the living room. It captured motion but no audio. Over the next year, tension increased. Bank records showed withdrawals that exceeded Reeves's salary, small at first, then larger. A new sedan appeared in the driveway, registered in Reeves's name. Whitman's savings account dropped below a threshold that triggered automatic notifications to his children. When questioned, Reeves said Whitman had given her gifts. Whitman did not deny it. He said he wanted to help her start over. He said she deserved it. By August 2017, Whitman's will had been amended. Reeves was named a beneficiary. The children received less. The lawyer who prepared the document noted Whitman appeared lucid. The signing was recorded as required. Reeves waited in the hall. On October 16, 2017, Whitman attended a cardiology appointment at 2 p.m. His condition was stable. His medications were adjusted slightly. He returned home at 4:15 p.m. The camera showed Reeves helping him up the steps. He moved slowly. He smiled at her. At 7:30 p.m., Reeves prepared dinner. At 8:10 p.m., she administered his evening medications. The camera captured her counting pills. 2 white tablets, 1 blue capsule. She paused. She added another blue capsule. At 9:02 p.m., Whitman sat in his recliner, watching television. Reeves cleaned the kitchen. At 10:11 p.m., she checked his blood pressure. At 10:26 p.m., she guided him to bed. The house went quiet. At 2:58 a.m., Reeves entered the hallway carrying a small plastic container. She moved deliberately. She stopped outside the bedroom. At 3:05 a.m., she exited the bedroom without the container. At 4:32 a.m., the camera captured the moment that would define the case. Reeves knelt beside Whitman's body in the living room. His pajama shirt was twisted. His oxygen cannula lay on the floor. Reeves reached down and adjusted it. Then she stood and walked toward the kitchen. At 4:18 a.m., Reeves used her phone to search for "How long heart attack takes to kill." At 4:23 a.m., she searched for "Can caregivers inherit?" At 6:02 a.m., she called 911. Investigators focused on the medications. The cardiologist confirmed Whitman had been prescribed 1 blue capsule per night. Toxicology revealed he had ingested 4. Combined with his heart condition, the overdose was lethal. The time of death was estimated between 3 and 3:30 a.m. Reeves told detectives Whitman must have taken extra pills himself. She said he was confused at night. She said she found him unresponsive and tried to help. She denied adjusting anything. The camera contradicted her. Financial records added another layer. 2 weeks before Whitman's death, Reeves had transferred $68,000 from his savings account into a new account in her name. The memo line read, "Loan." No repayment schedule existed. On October 15, she paid a deposit on a townhouse 40 miles away. Phone records showed Reeves had contacted a real estate agent repeatedly in the days leading up to the death. Text messages revealed anxiety about timing. One message read, "Need this done before end of month." The children provided the footage to police within hours of the discovery. They watched it again and again. The same timestamp, 3:42 a.m. They did not know yet that this minute would anchor the entire case. Reeves was arrested on October 20, 2017. She was charged with aggravated murder, financial exploitation of an elderly person, and forgery related to altered financial documents discovered during the search of her belongings. At trial, the prosecution laid out a methodical plan. They showed how Reeves had gradually isolated Whitman from his children, how she had gained legal control, how she had increased medication doses, how she had timed financial transfers. They replayed the footage. They paused at 3:42 a.m. The defense argued neglect, not intent. They claimed Reeves made mistakes under pressure. They said the financial transfers were gifts. They suggested the cameras created misleading impressions. Jurors focused on sequence and choice, the extra pills, the searches, the delay before calling for help, the adjustment of the oxygen cannula, the planning. On May 14, 2019, Dana Reeves was found guilty on all counts. She was sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 25 years. The judge cited breach of trust as an aggravating factor. The children sold the house. The cameras were removed. The hallway where the footage was captured was repainted. The timestamp remained in their memory. Caregiving is built on trust. When that trust is exploited, the harm extends beyond one victim. This case stands as a warning. Control, once surrendered, must be monitored. Power of attorney is not just a document, it is access, and sometimes the smallest recorded moment can reveal the truth no one expected to see.